So, hi Rishikesh, how are you?
I'm
Um,
doing good.
all right, awesome. My name is Rehat. I'll be conducting your webinar today. So, just to ease into the conversation, could you, so for the audience that is watching, Rishi here has graduated from BA LL.B batch of 2018. And Rishi, to for the audience for the audience to get to know you a little better, could you delve deep into your role that you are in right now and
Yeah,
just discuss it a
sure.
little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I currently work as a legal AI engineer at ContractPodAI. So my role involves two kinds of things. Basically, one is product development, and the second thing is like client customer work. So on the product development side, we're trying to we keep updated about what is happening in the world of AI and how we can integrate all of that into our product and then create a better product for a lawyer that they can use in their work day to day. And then the second part is then the actual customer work, that once we've developed the product and we put it in the hands of the customer, then how are the lawyers viewing the product? How are the people using the product viewing it? And how can we improve the product and experience for them? And how can we train them better on how to use the product? So that's like broadly like what I do currently.
So, Rishi, I also want you to, tell us a little bit more about how your Jindal experience has been. So, when you were
Yeah.
here, when you were on campus, so how was it like for you, professional, like academic wise, also as well as personally? What kind of friends you made here? What all experiences you had? So, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was the experience was really good because I came not knowing anybody in Jindal. Like previously, like there were some people who knew or who had friends, but I came in fresh without knowing anyone, and it was like an opportunity to completely start fresh. Uh, and it was a really I had like friends from all over India, which was like I'd never had before, and like it was my first time living in North India. I'd grown up in Bangalore before, like lived all my life in Bangalore. So I think yeah, it was just overall it was a great experience.
Any specific memories that you have of Jindal that you still carry with yourself? Anything in specific, if you'd like to share with us?
Honestly, I just think it was just the freedom that I just had as a student that I miss. And Jindal was just like even my friend group was there were people like we I wouldn't say we were not ambitious, but we put having a good time first rather than like stressing about like what's going to happen at the end of 5 years. And even in fifth year when we should have been or rather I should have been worried about what I'm going to do with my future. I think we were just like, this time won't come back, and we like maximized having fun. And I think that's like just like my broad memory of Jindal, just all of it, like going out, even within campus, all like Biswa Mill, all the other kind of events that used to happen, and just living in the flat with like eight other people, like seven other people. That was like truly an experience. So yeah, I think that was really, that's like one of my main memories from Jindal.
I think the campus, once you visit the campus once again, it has changed a lot. So all
Yeah,
these memories
yeah,
might come back, or you might
yeah,
see a whole new
yeah.
face
I
of
might
Jindal
not
itself.
recognize. Yeah,
So, just to kick off the webinar, Rishi,
yeah,
how is AI fundamentally different from all the other traditional legal tech so that you've been working on? And also,
yeah,
could you share examples of that kind of AI that understands these kind of legal
yeah,
concepts and contexts in general? So, yeah.
yeah. So AI and so AI is really transforming uh, the way the law works, uh, and it's also different from traditional legal tech because fundamentally AI actually understands context, versus legal tech tools which they were based on certain rules, and if you went beyond those rules they would not understand it. And to really uh, broadly understand what the difference is, we need to understand like what the difference between automation and innovation is, because automation is basically the task of like swapping out a human with a machine. So like the process doesn't change. You just take what a human does, how they do it, and make a machine do that work. Versus innovation, which is basically you first take the outcome that you want to achieve and then you reverse engineer the process. So that means you don't do things the way you used to do it, but rather you find a completely new way of doing this task. And this is like something that Richard Susskind, one of the leading thinkers in legal tech, talks about. So, so what happens with AI systems is because they actually like you give them your data or they're trained on a lot of data, they have their own kind of intelligence about uh, whatever you've taught them, and they have a like deeper contextual understanding. So this helps them. So this kind of enables you to do a lot more tasks with a single tool, and gives you a lot more flexibility than what traditional legal tech tools had. And now we have something called agents, and AI agents are basically not just uh, AI that understands what you're asking them, but rather they go beyond and then they take action based on what they understand. Um, and and then finally you have like another thing is multimodality, which is um, multimodality basically means these AI systems can process different kinds of input, and then the output can be in a completely different format. So I can put in text, I can ask it to generate an image for me, and it will generate an image based on textual information that I gave it. Or I could, in the legal context, I could give it a video of court hearing and say, create a summary or create counter arguments for my next hearing date based on all of the information that is in this recording. So AI is basically expanding and augmenting the kind of legal work and what a lawyer is capable of doing. And another example is like at ContractPodAI, like our platform, which is called Leah, has you can like store multiple documents. You can run analytics on all the documents that you have stored, and these can be all kinds of legal documents. And then on top of that, you have uh, uh, you can do analytics on them. You can analyze these documents. You can mark up the documents. So, and all of it is done on one platform, whereas previously it would be done on like five, six uh, different platforms, or a lot of it would be done by the lawyer manually. So that's kind of like broadly the difference between like AI and legal tech, and yeah, just a simple example of how things are changing.
So, Rishi, what are some of the main AI applications that are transforming, legal work or legal practice in today's era? And
Yeah,
how are lawyers actually, transferring from, using technology to partnering with AI itself?
yeah. So right now, like we're seeing like the majority of the applications coming in the contract space, because right from contract management to contract drafting, to marking up contracts, storing your contracts, running analysis on them. So that's because contracts are like they're just the basic way of doing business, and just in day-to-day life they're just a part of every every part of your life. So there's like so many different areas. So there are a lot of legal tech or AI vendors who are now specialized in like just one area of contract law, like just lease agreements or like debentures or like financial product drafting. Um, so one area is all of in contract law, and then another one is in dispute resolution. We're seeing a lot of like online dispute resolution platforms with some AI tools within them, and then uh, also with just running like e-discovery. So lawyers would manually have to review bunch of documents, create like a synopsis and like a timeline of how a particular event happened and led to that dispute. Now with e-discovery, you can just like upload everything, and the the AI kind of creates all these all the timeline and all the documents and analysis that you need. And then you see a bunch of other applications like in due diligences, regulatory monitoring, and risk management. And a lot of, like I know of an example where a law firm developed a tool internally for something as simple as like lawyers every year they have to do their performance review. So then what the AI does is like it looks at what was your goals for last year, and then looks at what the partner feedback was or based on your goals for last year. And then when the lawyer has to draft their goals for the current year, it just takes the two and then it gives you an output of, okay, like you achieve these goals, and now for next year you should achieve these goals, and you should also think about achieving these other goals. So AI is just not about uh, legal work, but also just enabling lawyers to do their own admin work. So similarly you can think about like in billing processes as well. And so what all of these applications are doing is it's so AI is it's helping AI become an intelligent colleague rather than just being your assistant, where you actually co-create with AI rather than you like delegating work. And also you can augment your decision making capacity, like before, like by the time, so I worked as an M&A lawyer. At like 4 a.m. I would finish reviewing like 1,000 documents, and then I have to start my actual legal analysis of what it means that I found all these issues in these documents. And like at 4 a.m. I'm not going to be thinking straight anyway. So that's kind of like so AI is like then helps you like process all that information faster, but also tells you, look, here are the main points and here are the key things that I think you should think about. And then I think about them, and then from my own expertise and my own experience, I add on what to the AI's thinking. um, so basically, finally, like um, what is happening is all of these AI applications and lawyers using AI for uh, these tools is basically AI lawyers using AI for these tasks is basically transforming the business of law as well. And lawyers are partnering with AI to transform the way they actually create revenue or generate revenue from their legal practice. So for example, in-house legal teams are actually using it to save money rather than generate money, because previously, traditionally, in-house legal teams are much smaller teams, so they would have to send a lot of their legal work or outsource a lot of their legal work to external law firms. But because AI is creating all these efficiencies and helping lawyers think through all these issues, they're able to take back a lot of these work and handle them in-house. And on the other side, that is forcing law firms to then reimagine or rethink the way they do business, and then they have to then create their own AI um, related services, being like, okay, look, maybe like licensing this software is super expensive for you, so how about we give you the access to this software and you run it through us and you give us a cut of this money, or we run it for you, and you give us a cut. So and then the third category is, now we have alternate legal service providers. So then these are like not even law firms or traditional lawyers, but rather just organizations that are enabled with technology. And they could be lawyers, they could be non-lawyers who just know how to run reports and create, like, just do legal research, and then they can do the same legal work for half the price. And like recently, we saw like something called Garfield AI, which is the first AI law firm in the world, and it's here in the UK now, and it's been approved by the Professional Regulatory Authority, and it's basically, it's a direct to customer. Um, it's a direct to customer kind of tool, and it helps them generate like small claim debt recovery suits. And we can see how, like, now, like, we're already in the era of like lawyers suddenly like handing things over to an AI and being like, you do the work and I'll just verify the final output. So that's kind of like, mm, uh, about that.
All right, Rishi, for my next question,
Yeah,
so could
yeah.
you delve a little deep into why, traditional legal tools and training haven't been enough, or, how should lawyers with their, legal expertise and this kind of technical knowledge find balance in between?
Yeah. Uh, so so what is happening now is like AI is becoming integrated in our day-to-day life, and more than just only our professional life. And so what is happening is, lawyers are just, whether they want to or not, they just end up using the AI system. So and there have been a lot of cases now where lawyers have just gone to an AI system, generated, say, like a memo or a legal filing, and then they have submitted it in court. And then the court has found, like, oh, by the way, like, these five cases, they don't even exist. Like, how did you cite these? But basically, the AI had made up these case laws. And then finally, these legal professionals, they almost, I don't think anyone got disbarred, but they had to pay heavy fines or almost come close to being disbarred. So therefore, just having the knowledge of the black letter of the law is not enough anymore. You need to really understand how to verify and evaluate the output that an AI system is giving you, and also how do you govern an AI system that is now being used by you in your workflows. So therefore, like, uh, therefore, it's really important that, like, especially like in now in Jindal, it's really important for law students or uh, uh, legal college, like, institutions, to train lawyers on how, okay, like, look, this is going to, like, once you go out there into the world, you are going to encounter or have to use these AI tools. So when you use them, you have to be careful, and know how to use them and where to use them. So um, so AI augmented, like, legal thinking is like thinking about, like, the entire process, what outcome I'm trying to achieve, what part of it should AI do, what part of it I should do as a lawyer, and then ensuring that you put in like a governance structure in place for, like, okay, like, every say like every three outputs. A human being will confirm what the AI is doing. Um, and then finally, for lawyers, it's really important for them to also for lawyers and students to really understand, um, to develop like basic understanding of like how these LLMs work, uh, how uh, how these AIs function in the back end, what they're capable of, what their limitation is, and also um, like just applied AI skills like prompt engineering. How do you talk to an AI, validate its output, and then finally, when it comes to like thinking about the outcome and workflow, how do you like strategically partner with the AI, and like how do you learn to like learning how to design a workflow with the AI at the center, or the lawyer at the center, and then the AI augmenting the work for the lawyer.
So, Rishi, just along those lines only, we have been talking about AI for the past three questions. So, I want to focus
Yeah.
a bit on the cons as well. So, what is your take on data privacy then? Because like
Yeah.
as you said, a lot of lawyers, to you know make their jobs a little easier and get fast results, they upload documents, maybe confidential documents also sometimes,
Yeah.
and get in summaries for the same, and they sometimes submit the same in the court. So along those lines only, how do you think data privacy has it been compromised that way? Or we since AI has been integrated into our life so much that data privacy is something that is is like a, what do you say, it's again, we can't help but
Yeah.
compromise on it. So
Yeah.
could we discuss a little bit more on
Yeah.
that itself, because I feel like it's a lot of a lot of people have concerns over this as well, since AI has
Yeah.
become a very dynamic and a very, what do you say, integral part of our life.
Yeah. I think definitely it is a very big issue. It is a valid concern to have. And like in my line of work, when we pitch to customers, like that's like the first question they have, because in the legal industry, attorney-client privilege is like it's like a very core principle, and like um, we just can't have we just can't have lawyers putting stuff into like public databases and public LLMs, and then it training on your customers' data without even the customer or the client knowing that you're using the LLM. So now there are a lot of, like for example, in ContractPodAI, like the LLM, that whatever information you put into it, it does not train on it. Like like so it's just about you kind of like getting information out, and that information is just within that project for you to view, and the LLM is just giving an output based on information that it's already been trained on and approved. Like all that data is approved, and it's only trained on that. It's not going to train on anything that I put in as a customer. And a lot of AI systems now, like they are uh, ring fenced, and um, um, there are like safety protocols put in place to ensure that when when somebody puts in don't train on this data, or like I will not steal your data, like your data is your data, and we will only use it to train the LLM after we've taken your permission. But that being said, it's also the our responsibility, understanding that it's our responsibility as users to be really careful about where and how we put the data. So like don't go on a free version of some LLM and just copy paste your bio data or some like your password and your email ID and stuff like that, and don't give it all your information. Like, or like even if you're using OpenAI and you're using ChatGPT or using Claude, like read some or like Google and try to understand like if I give ChatGPT my information, is it going to train on it? So it's also for us as users to really educate ourselves, to really be careful. Like, like on WhatsApp now you get links. Like now it's on you, like the link has come to you. Are you going to click on it or are you going to avoid using it? So while there are a lot of regulations coming in place and uh, it is a very valid concern. It's also, I think, we as users of these systems and these systems being such an integral part of our lives, just coming together, understanding and being careful about how we use and what information we give them.
So Rishi, just along those lines, this is a very basic question now, since
Yeah,
another one of, the general public's concerns that, ever since AI is coming to being, so many think that, AI is going to steal their jobs. So according
yeah,
to, with reference to the topic that we have today, so
yeah,
many fear AI will replace lawyers. So do you see AI transforming, rather than, replacing legal careers? And what should, law students in general do to prepare for this in the future?
yeah. So I mean, bottom line, I think AI is not going to eat your job. Like it's not, it's your job is not going to disappear. But what it will do is it will reshape, and a lot of the jobs will get rebundled. So, so the way we get to an outcome finally is it's going to change. Like the process is going to change. The a lot of our manual tasks are going to be taken up by AI, and lawyers will probably become more hyper specialized, or we will see professionals who like me, like who work with the AI or help in developing the AI and then giving these outputs um, to the customer. So generally we'll see like these newer types of roles coming out. Like so there's a hyper specialized lawyer, then there's a AI augmented legal teams, then there will be developers who just work on developing legal AI. And then finally, there will be a lot of lawyers who will work on AI governance because that will become a big issue, or it'll be, or like governance of an AI, legal AI product that is being used in a law firm. So we'll see like now we have like data security, data privacy professionals who are the key point of contact that if there is ever a kind of any data privacy issue or anyone breaks the data privacy law, then that person becomes responsible for the company not complying with that law. So we'll see a lot of those kind of roles come out. And for like students, like JGU students, what I would say for the future is that, like one thing is that not uh, not knowing or not having experience of the practice of law is actually a superpower because for example I have seen the practice of law. I have been a lawyer previously, so it's kind of difficult for me to reimagine the way things have been done. Whereas someone who has just freshly graduated, they can very easily like spot inefficiencies or think outside the box because their mind is not trained to think or function in a particular way. So don't take your inexperience uh, a, 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 as a negative point. Rather, take it as, oh, like this gives me a chance to think about things in a new way, in a fresh way, um, and and then think about uh, like even if say you don't want to become an AI lawyer or like an AI engineer, think about, okay, I want to be a disputes lawyer. think, or I want to be a competition lawyer. How is that industry being affected by AI? What are the changes? So there are going to be parts of it that AI is going to do. There's going to be parts of it that the lawyer is going to continue doing. So it's trying to like be ahead of that curve and try and think about more deeply about oh okay, like it's going in this direction. So I need to train myself up and develop these new skills so that in the next 3 years I can still stay relevant. And now things are changing so fast, like staying relevant is a challenge. So developing that skill of like being able to learn things quickly and having that foresight is, I think, like really important.
So, Rishi, thank you so much. If you have
Yeah,
any final thoughts to wrap up the whole session, if you have any final thoughts on the topic itself,
yeah,
yeah, or any other advice that you have for our
yeah.
students. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't think I think I've said whatever I really came here to say today. And but I just want to thank JGU for the opportunity to give this talk, and you as well for taking out the time to speak to me and coordinate with me to handle all of this. It's been a really good experience, and I hope one day I can come back in person as well and like talk to students in person because I'm really passionate about this. I really think AI is a force for the good, and right now the market forces are pushing AI, and what we are in what they call the summer of AI, where like there's going to be a lot of development and there's going to be a lot of people involved in this. So I think don't fear AI and like make it your friend, be a partner with it, and yeah, and the future is bright, hopefully.
I think all of these, all of these fears come from all the movies, sci-fi movies we've seen
Yeah,
growing up. So, so yeah, Rishi, thank you so much. If you ever do
thank
come
you.
to campus, please do hit me up and we'll
Yes,
catch up as soon as possible.
yes,
So yes,
definitely.
if you ever want to do a phase two of the same series or, a different topic itself,
Yeah,
we could connect again once more. And
yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for this. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for taking out the
Thank you
time.
so much. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye.